Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. And apologies, I'm rather late today. We've had load shedding again, but that's not why I'm late. We are practicing Christmas carols, our little singing group, and we had a long session this afternoon. You can hear I'm a little bit hoarse, hitting some high notes that with an old voice, not so easy anymore. But anyway, here I am. I have the Wandering Star Tarot on the tarot table, and I'm going to be doing 2 readings using this tarot deck, looking at some rather entertaining stories that Lady C broke in her most recent YouTube video. And the first one is about this rather outrageous, not Lady C's claim, just this shocking, really, the gall of it, the cheek of it, news that allegedly Meghan Markle has written a letter to Prince William, the Prince of Wales, inviting him and Catherine over to California. They are going to be in the US in December, in Boston, and she has written to suggest that William and Catherine go to California to meet the Harkles so that they can work things out between them. Can you imagine getting a letter like that? Of course, things have taken a rather sinister twist since the Waleses, the Prince and Princess of Wales, are going to be in Boston at the JFK Library, where the Earthshot Award the prize is being awarded. The Harkles have since been nominated for an RFK Foundation or whatever it is award in New York at the same time, mysteriously. So things, as I say, have developed a little bit since Lady C broke this news. But I'm just going to look at it using the Wandering Star Tarot, and I'm going to find out. We know that, cards are flying all over the place. We know that Meghan Markle is something of a letter writer. She did write that infamous letter to Dear Daddy that ended up in a lawsuit, which she won. She got £1. I'm having to climb on the floor as I'm talking to you to pick up cards. Anyway, so she is something of a letter writer. She does like to write in that 4 calligraphy of hers. So I'm going to look at a 5-card reading using the Wandering Star Tarot. Tell us about that letter, how William felt, Prince William, when he received it. What's going on behind the scenes? What is her motive in this? How desperate is she? How needy is she? Intimidated is she? She and Harry do seem to have realized that William and Catherine are extremely popular. They saw it firsthand in the UK last month. So is this a groveling kind of a thing? What is going on behind the scenes? And then the outcome is Prince William going to say, sure, we'll just fly out to California and, it's such a power play. Come to my place. You bring yourselves to where I am so that we can work things out. She, of course, the one who's made all the trouble, in my opinion, now summoning them to make it right. And of course, it is all my opinion, tarot reading for entertainment purposes. And there is a disclaimer in the box below, and please read it and form your own opinion on how would you feel if you got such a letter from such a woman. And a dead letter, a drop dead letter, I would say. But anyway, here we go. And 5 cards, Wandering Star Tarot, and let's see what the cards want to tell us about this rather startling news. And we get the Hermit in reverse. And that's Prince Harry. That is Prince Harry, the Hermit, the Virgo, even though it's a woman with her lantern, seeking a pathway, seeking the truth, looking inside for answers and all of that good stuff that the Hermit usually represents. It's a card I normally highly approve of, the Hermit. All the things that the Hermit represents I think are good things. But this card has come out in the reverse. So that tells us that Prince Harry is in the reverse. Prince Harry is in his shadow aspect. He is not being wise. He is not seeking knowledge and wisdom and all the rest of it. But it's also, it is in his shadow aspect. I always read these cards, these royal readings, as being in their shadow aspect. So it's being unwise, being misguided, And it's not only Prince Harry who's being unwise and misguided. She also, in my opinion, is being unwise and misguided in this venture that she is now. But it is coming in from the cold. The Hermit has been out of circulation and now wants to get back in. So there's quite a lot to unpack with that Major Arcana card that's underlying this reading of we want back in, basically. We made a mistake. We picked the wrong path and now we want back in, because now you're the Prince and Princess of Wales. You've got that 1.2 billion estate. Apparently it's worth that, the Duchy of Cornwall. And I got the big house, and you're going to get the big castle and all the rest of the bling and the tiaras and everything else. And we wanted to. So let's look at the situation and see what is going on. 5 of Cups in reverse. That's precisely the energy of this reading. It's the card of grief and sorrow and loss and remorse and regret when it's upright. All those spilled cups, focused on what has been lost, can't get across to the castle on the other side. The card has come out in the reverse, wanting to make amends, wanting to get past this grief and sorrow and loss. She thinks she can just click her fingers and everyone will come running. She can just dismiss the past with a click of those fingers, a click of those heels, perhaps even, and dismiss the past, and everybody will just forget what happened and what she did and what she said. And because now she wants to make peace, they're just going to have to go along with it. This is a reading from her point of view, as you may have noticed. So there's the 5 of Cups in reverse. She does have some desire to make amends, definitely. We'll find out why later on in this reading. But tell us about the letter now. What was the tone of it? What was the topic of it? What, we know how it looked. 8 of Swords. Somebody's in a bind. Somebody is literally in a bind, as you can see very clearly from that 8 of Swords card. She's got herself into a mess, a trap of her own making. That's the 8 of Swords. Imprisoned by her own thoughts, by her own fears, by her own words. Swords are words, ideas, Oprah interviews, her own mess that she has made. And she is stuck now. She's stuck and she wants to get out of it. She picked a bad path. She picked the wrong path. She took bad advice. The Hermit is the advice card as well. It's listening to people who are misguided, deluded, don't necessarily have your best interests at heart. That's the Hermit in reverse. She's made a boo-boo. She's made a mess. And she's writing from that place now where she is stuck. And she wants to get unstuck. She wants to make things right, work things out with Prince William and Catherine. Well, mostly Prince William, who she, in my opinion, has rather strange feelings for. I have done a reading on that in the Royals playlist somewhere way back in the mists of time. How did he feel when he got the letter? Assuming he got the letter and Lady C isn't just messing with us. King of Pentacles. Well, he's in the powerful position, but it's interesting that it is a Prince Harry card, the King of Pentacles, and it's a very Prince Harry depiction. Literally the ginger whinger there with his little beard. And it says reliable, visionary, generous, because this is a tarot deck that likes to have writing on it telling you what the cards mean, which is helpful. Frustration, anxiety, trapped. There we have. Here, reliable, visionary, generous. He is, of course, the one in the pound seat. Prince William now. So this isn't horror and dismay and oh my God and going off and riding a horse furiously across open fields because he's so angry. It's not that. This is a very measured response, a very considered response. He's thinking about it. And he's thinking about it because of his brother, the Hermit in reverse. He's thinking about this useless person who is not reliable, who is not visionary, who is not generous, who is damaged beyond repair, in my opinion. And is a problem child, because the problem child would like to be on the throne. He would like to be king. It's not king. William is going to be king one day if all goes according to plan. But he is very strong. He's very solid. He's unswayed by it. He's not disturbed by it. He is not he's not going to be shaken by it. He's not going to be moved by it. He's got his path. The King of Pentacles is set in his ways, in a good way. He's found his path. He's found his purpose. He's got his money. He's got his stuff. He's got his wife. The King of Pentacles is a very solid man in terms of marriage and money and business and connections. And he's got all of that. He's got Earthshot. He has got the estate that he's got now. He's got his future all mapped out. That's the King of Pentacles. Does he need this? Does he need trouble from her? Not really. Not really. So didn't bother him, basically. Didn't bother him. But it did make him think about his brother. And that his brother... I look at that card. The first thing that came to my mind when I saw this card was imposter. The brother is the cuckoo in the nest, would like to be the cuckoo in the nest, would like to be on that throne, would like to be in William's shoes. She wants her partner, Harry, to be old dimwit, to be in Prince William's place. There is an agenda going on, and let's see what that agenda is. What is going on? What is her motive? Is she desperate? Is she calculating? What is going on? Four of Wands in reverse. This is not... And there he is again. There they are. Not a happy couple. The Four of Wands in reverse. Very interesting card. I'm quite pleased to see it. I have to say, I am a mere mortal, of course, and I do experience Schadenfreude. It's one of my favorite things, I have to admit. It does not make me feel very good about myself. But Schadenfreude is a thing, and Four of Wands in reverse is a thing. It's an unhappy home. It's a breakup. It is Martin life at Montecito in that mudslide mansion is not happy. Not at all. We know that because they're trying to move. They're trying to ingratiate themselves back with the royals. They've been kicked out of the Royal Foundation. There's no more Fab Four. Four of Wands is the Fab Four that they were, you know, we were sold that lie in the beginning. Here's the new Fab Four, and you must believe this. Nobody fell for it. That very uncomfortable interview with the four of them on the stage, that heads together thing, it was cringe, a total cringe fest. It was so uncomfortable to watch. I couldn't actually watch it, just as I couldn't really watch the engagement interview. It also just made me cringe, and the wedding as well. I've seen little clips of it, but I cannot bear to watch the whole thing from beginning to end. You know, empaths, the joys of being. So Four of Wands in reverse. They've been kicked out of the Royal Foundation and they want back in. They're very unhappy. They're not doing well. They've got nothing to celebrate, nothing to crow about. Their own relationship might be quite broken at this stage. I get that repeatedly. But they are in trouble. They are in trouble and they want back in. They want back in. So what's going to happen? What is the outcome of this? Are William and Catherine going to be flying out to California or going to New York? Because as I say, the Harkles are now coming closer. So instead of Muhammad going to the mountain is indeed coming to Muhammad. The Harkles are going to be in New York at the same time as William and Catherine are going to be in Boston and are getting that award that seems to have been bought and paid for by them. And snigger. Outcome. Queen of Wands, she might just get her way. The Queen of Wands. That's her. That's her. And he may, for the sake of this fallen hermit, this hermit who is in reverse, this hermit is in so much trouble, he may just agree to a meeting. Let's see. Let's see. If there is a meeting, is there going to be a meeting? Tell us about the meeting. Horrifying prospect, this. But she may just succeed. I'll get the Two of Swords. And it came out sideways. And it could be like that. Decision not made. It could be like that. Decision made. Thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He hasn't made up his mind. Decision, choice. Decision, choice. Decision, choice, decision, choice. Decision, choice is coming out sideways. He hasn't figured out whether he's going to bother with this woman or not. But if he wants to see his brother, she is the gatekeeper. There she sits, the gatekeeper. You want to see him? He's in reverse. There they are, side by side. then it's through me, and only through me. We know that there have been attempts, invitations for Harry to talk, to visit, to have dinner, but only if he comes alone. No, not going to be there alone. Has to bring her along. Needs her. What's that word that he used about his dogs? The therapy dogs. But he needs her. It's a security blanket. Like children have a toy that they have to go everywhere with. That scruffy toy that when you take it away from them to wash, there's howls of protest and it's a bad day in the home. She's the one, that grubby thing that he drags wherever he goes. I'm going to have to stop this reading now. William hasn't decided yet. If he does this, it's because of that wretched hermit in reverse who is coming undone. He's unraveling, thinks that he is the King of Pentacles, wants to be the King of Pentacles. William, of course, being asked yet again to take the high road and to do something that would go against everything that he wants to do instinctively. And like he did with that little walkabout, he will take charge. He is in charge. But she, all smugs there, Meghan, she's sitting there waiting. She's waiting. But decision has not been made. We will have to read on this again. The suspense is killing. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get on with the next reading now.